Hello, welcome to Keith's Broken Boats. We've got a bit of snow here. I'm not looking at a boat today. I'm actually looking at this. This is a Metrotrack stone crusher, and it's got an issue with the bottom of its jaws, and I wouldn't normally want to do something like this on a day like today, but they've got to have a load of material ready by Friday, so I ain't really got no choice. As you can see, the conditions underfoot are lovely, and I've got to lie on my back at the bottom of that elevator to have a look at the bottom of the jaws. I'm going to take some safety precautions, isolate the machine, take the keys out, etc., and then crawl in and have a look. My access point into the bottoms of the jaws is behind this box here, which is the AdBlue system for the engine. There's a pin there that lifts out. There's a pin there that lifts out, that one down there, and that box just folds out the way, which leaves a little hole that I can then crawl into. There's the hole. Got to get in there and crawl down there to get to the bottoms of the jaws. I'll try and film it in bits, but I can't have room for a tripod or anything in there, so when I find the problem I'll show you, and hopefully I will be able to video me fixing it, but it'll be in bits because obviously access is a bit tight, and what I've got to do is, I'm not 100% sure what I've got to do yet, but what's happening is when the machine's running with no load in it, so no load is coming through the bottom, no materials coming out the bottom of the jaws, this machine is banging. And what it is up there, that dark blue plate, that's a toggle plate. That's what the jaw rocks on. And while that's rocking with material in it, the material holds that toggle plate tight. And obviously with no material in it, that plate is coming a bit loose, and that bottom jaw, which is that bit with the hook on the bottom, is coming away from that toggle plate and then coming back, which is making it bang. And there's two big springs which are made up of like cone shaped washers. There's one that side and there's one that side, and just looking at it I think I can see the problem why the jaw is coming loose. If I can zoom in on that spring, underneath it I can see a chunk missing out of one of the washers. I'm not sure if I can get it. There, if you can see that, there's bits of spring washer missing, which means that spring's collapsed, which will be allowing it to come loose, making the jaw bang. So I've got to try and change those springs. Let's see how I get on. Okay, I'm down in here now, and then you can see a lot better now. That's the spring, and that's the chunks broke out of it, and that's why it's banging. That's the toggle plate, that's the spring on the other side. So just have to have a close look at these and then adjust them all up. There is an adjustment, there's a measurement on that spacer there that it has to be set to, which is the right amount of preload on it to stop this thing banging. It allows the springs to compress as the jaw comes back, and then it just holds it all tight as the jaw closes again. Let's see if I can get these two big lock nuts undone, to get that undone, and then I've got to try and get that bolt up in there undone to drop that end off, to be able to pull all that out. These things never come undone because of the environment they're in, but I'll do a bit and then I'll show you how I'm getting on. Okay, I've managed to get that undone and drop that tie bar out. It's out on the track there now, and there's the springs. That's a 46mm locking nut system which holds that in place. I'm going to get out now. There's the tie bar. I'm going to get out now lift those springs off and I'll show you the broken ones. Okay, these are the springs. These are the springs, and it's just like a cone-shaped washer. And one sits like that, and then the opposite side of the cone sits like that, so they sit together. There's that gap in the middle which compresses, and as I take these off and get down them, you'll see that one there's all broke up, been smashing against that one. There's the bits of it. Go a bit further and they're all not particularly brilliant. Let's go to the workshop, see what I can find. Okay, I've got some more washers. These are like they're known as like disc springs, or Bellevue washers, I've heard them called before. So I've got a set now, another set of 10, and so I'm going to replace those and try and get it all back together. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I've put all that together now, roughly. There's a nut on the top, but there's still washers and spacers to go in the top of that. But I've put it together like that to allow me to swing that up into that jaw there and locate the pin. And I need as much movement as I can to get that in there, and then once that's in there, I'll take the nut off and put all the spacers and everything in, and then start tightening it up. Okay. Whew. I've got all those springs in there now. Down there I've got the start of the collar coming through the end of that plate. In here, that collar, when I tighten that up, that collar's got a poke through there, 10.5 mil, which is the right measurement for that. And I've got that pin there sat home properly. So now it's just a case of trying to wind that up. But as you can see, it doesn't lend itself to getting a spanner in very easily. So I'll try and get it tightened up and I'll show you at the end. Okay, I've tightened that up now and I've got that pulled through. I've got this spacer bar here, and that there has to be flush. And with there, that's 10.5 mil. That bit of steel. And that pulled through, that's 10.5 mil. So that's in the right place. Now I've just got to tighten that lock nut down onto there and it'll be right. But this will need checking after it's worked for a bit to make sure that once everything's seated right, that measurement is the same. Otherwise the jaws will just start banging again. Right, I've done that now. I'm very cold and wet. I'll just go up and show you where the material drops in, and then I'll probably sign off with the usual. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it. If you want more, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. But I'll just show you where the material goes in. Okay, this is the hopper on the top. You'd normally load this with like a 20-ton excavator. This shakes, it's on a slight angle, so the material vibrates down. Any small debris drops through those, they're called grizzly bars. And then the larger material drops down in there. And that jaw there, that's known as an oscillating jaw. It sort of comes up and works in that sort of action because it's powered by, it's on a great big camshaft underneath there. And as the cam brings the jaw, rises the jaw, the angle of that toggle plate that's underneath forces the bottom of the jaw to close up, which makes that gap at the bottom smaller, which smashes anything that's in between those jaws. Okay, and that's the Metrotrack stone crusher. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you got this far, well done. I'll give you a thumbs up. There's my thumb. Give you a thumbs up. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, please. It all helps. And if you're interested in what I'm doing, subscribe. If you know anybody else who's interested in what I'm doing, share it with them. Hopefully they'll subscribe as well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.